y bienvenidos a otro video. Mi nombre es Abby, soy una maquillista y hoy les voy a estar enseñando cómo hacer este look. Es un look de cobre con muchos brillitos y va a ser un look muy bonito y muy espectacular. Espero que les guste. Es como un tipo de soft glam. Es un look que va a ser muy bonito para algún evento o va a ser bonito para ir a la reunión o para ir al salón o para ir a una fiesta también, para lo que tú quieras. So, hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby, I'm a makeup artist, and I'm going to be teaching you today how to get this gold coppery look with glitter. It's going to be a really pretty look. It's going to be a great look for any sort of occasion, and I think it's just beautiful. I used this glitter eyeliner from Magic. It's from a beauty supply store, and I think it's really pretty. I just love the way that this makeup makes me feel. It makes me feel just cute. So hopefully you like this video, and if you want to learn how to get the look, just keep on watching. Today, I'm going to be taking the time to talk about friendships and relationships. So I think that those are two very important aspects of life that we don't talk about a whole lot, is that how to be a good friend, what it takes to be a good friend, what kind of friends are not the best and you don't want them around you. You just, nope. And what you need to do to be a good significant other. So if you want to talk more about that, or you want to hear my take on what those things are, just keep watching. All right, so we're just gonna get right into this. So today I'm super excited because I'm doing a really pretty look. It's gonna be like a coppery gold eye, and we're just gonna go from there. So, all right, so let's just get right into it. I'm going to be getting started with my James Charles palette, and the first color I'm going to go in with is this one right here. Voy a empezar con un tono cafecito, suavecito. So I'm taking my blending brush. Voy a tomar una brocha para difuminar y lo voy a aplicar aquí. I'm taking the brown tone and I'm just applying it in the crease and just blending it up and outwards. So today I have a lot of things on my mind that I want to talk about. I want to talk about friendships and relationships and how you can show up as your best self in each of these. Because a lot of times we don't give our best, and that's okay because we're not always at our best. Sometimes we're going through a tough time and we need help. But a lot of times we are doing just fine. And I think we should talk about that. How to be a good friend, how to be a good partner, and things of that nature. So tengo muchas cosas en mi mente hoy. Aprendí muchas cosas ayer. Siento que mi vida ha cambiado por completo en estas últimas 2 semanas. Siento como que he sentido yo un cambio radical en mi forma de ser, en mis pensamientos y cómo yo miro la vida. Y me siento muy agradecida, me siento muy feliz, me siento muy... me siento muy bendecida. Okay. I'm going to be going into this coppery shade right here. Voy a tomar este tono como de cobre. Y voy a combinarlo con este tono bronceado. I'm going to mix it with the bronzy shade. So I'm going to take it on a brush, just like a regular eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to apply it to the outer eye right here. Yeah, okay. So yo siento que he sentido un cambio radical y siento que las cosas van a cambiar y van a ser muy distintas como yo me sentía antes. No voy a ser la persona que yo era antes. Voy a ser, me siento más con mi autoestima, como que ya me siento mejor de mí misma. Me siento como que ya puedo con la vida y ya no me pesa tanto todo. Porque antes sentía como un, ay, no sé, tenía como un peso encima, tenía un peso en mi corazón, que sentía el corazón siempre como que estaba cargando con mucha tristeza, profundos sentimientos y sentimientos así muy tristes. O sea, yo estaba feliz, pero estaba yo como batallando mucho y me sentía muy afligida. Pero siento que como que ya ahora tengo las pilas más puestas y siento como que ya las cosas van a estar mejor. So I'm mixing it with the bronzy shade and I'm just blending it out. I'm putting the bronzy shade like in the middle and I'm mixing it together. Yeah, there. But yeah, so I was saying in Spanish that I used to feel very like afflicted, very much like I was carrying like a weight on my shoulders that I didn't need to be carrying. And I felt like I felt a lot of just like guilt for mistakes that I've made. And I felt a lot of like, just like regret and just not feeling good about myself. But my self-esteem is so much better now. I feel so much more like I love myself, and I feel more in tune with myself and what I want out of my life. And I feel like I'm finally getting to know myself and what I really want out of my life. And like I said this in my other video, like I'm just starting to just now like enjoy my life. So I think that no matter what, it's never too late. I think you can always turn it around. I think you can always come back from your mistakes. And you can always make a change for the better. So I just think that we need to try our hardest to show up for one another, because friendships especially are a very delicate balance. You know, you have to be very understanding. You have to be very forgiving, because nobody's perfect. We're all going to be making mistakes that sometimes get on each other's nerves, and we're going to be, you know, messing up. So I just think it's super important to bring the best version of yourself to all of your relationships and work on yourself first before you get involved with anything with another person, because you know, it's not something to be taken lightly. It's something that you have to really think about, especially like with friendships, but with relationships, like dating. Like if you're going to get involved with somebody else, you take that time, you get to know them, and you see if you are compatible. So my friends and I were talking about this last night. We were talking about this. It was so interesting. We were saying how the whole purpose of a courtship is to hopefully, you know, you get married, you arrive at marriage. But that, you know, that's not always the case. And the whole point of the relationship is to get to know each other and to see if you are compatible with somebody else. So that really, I don't know, that really just took like a lot of weight off of my shoulders, because I was feeling a lot of guilt and like remordimiento for like my past relationships. Mis amigos me estaban aconsejando que este tiempo ahorita que tengo, que estoy soltera, que realmente me enfoque en mí misma y tratar de crecer como una persona, estar feliz, estar atenta a mis necesidades y realmente convertirme en una persona que yo puedo estar, que yo puedo ser orgullosa de mí misma, que yo puedo estar feliz y que tome mi tiempo, que no me sienta como apurada en casarme o en tener hijos y así, toda la cosa. am, y como ensancharme, conocer más amigos y más amigas. Y pues tratar de disfrutar la vida lo más posible. Porque ahorita son los años que tenemos, que estamos jóvenes, que estamos con buena salud y que podemos realmente viajar, conocer, disfrutar, aprovechar y estilo así. Me animó mucho, me animaron mucho mis amigos y me sentí muy feliz de tenerlos en mi vida, me siento muy apoyada, me siento muy alegre, pero me siento como más completa. No me siento como que necesito hacer más cosas o I don't feel like I have to prove myself anymore. I don't feel like I have to. Because that was constantly what was driving me, was that like this driving force for the longest time. When you ask people, you're like, what drives you? What is it that makes you wake up in the morning and keep going? And for the longest time, what would drive me was proving myself to other people, that I had to prove that I was the best. I wanted to be the best at everything. I wanted to be the best sister. I wanted to be the best daughter. I wanted to be the best friend. I wanted to be the best girlfriend. And in the end, I ended up losing myself and losing my way. And it just wasn't good. I ended up, you know, not doing well and not feeling good about myself. And I ended up just feeling very desolada, very like, um, just very frustrated because I couldn't get to where I wanted to be, and I couldn't focus. I was just so distracted. I was like, no, but you don't understand. Like, I have to prove myself. I have to do this. I have to be the best. I have to be the best. And it's like, no, honey, like you can take a day off here and there from, take a day off from, not from work or anything, but like take a day off from just trying so hard, because it's like trying so hard, like I think it's important to try hard. I hate laziness, and I don't like that energy that people have when they say like, oh, I don't care about my life, I don't care what happens to me. I want people around me that care about themselves and that want to show up for themselves and for the people around them every day and be their best and most authentic self. But because I was so caught up in like in proving myself to everybody around me, that I ended up just making things worse and I ended up losing myself. So I think it's really important to just, pace yourself. Give yourself some time. Where is that from? Is that from Selena? Give yourself some time. When Abraham was trying to convince her not to marry Chris. Oh my god, but I think I think we're all on our own journey. I think we all have qualities in us that make us amazing and make us wonderful people. And I think that we all have something to offer. But I also think that, people are very complex, people are very flawed. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just, I want to understand people better. I love knowing more about people and the way that they think and what it is that drives them, what it is that makes them want to succeed. At work, we have this training that we're doing, where we have to watch these like training videos about certain very successful people, like for example, like the co-founder of Apple. His name is Steve. And then the other one was Misty Copeland, who is the ballet dancer, the African-American ballet dancer. She's so beautiful. And she was talking about how it's really important to stick to your values. And I thought that was so interesting, because it's like, it just makes me reassess everything, and it makes me try to like think harder. I'm like, what really are my values? You know, what are my beliefs? Like, I know what my beliefs are, but you have to reassess everything from time to time. You have to be like, is this really how I think? Is this really what I want for myself? And every single time I'm like, you know what? I'm like, yes, like I'm happy. This is what I want to do. This is really how I feel. She was saying that you have to stick to your beliefs, you have to stick to your values, and you have to stick to your principles, and that will get you far in life. And I'm like, that is so profound, because I'm like, you know, por mucho tiempo yo tenía mis valores y yo tenía mis principios, pero yo no me guiaba por eso. Yo me guiaba por el que dirán. Y sentía yo que lo importante era quedar bien con la gente, y más bien estaba quedando bien con la gente, pero no estaba quedando bien con Jehová y con mí misma, o conmigo. Y eso es muy difícil, porque tienes que aprender cómo manejar eso, porque si no, nunca vas a estar feliz. Siempre vas a estar, you're going to be striving after something. You're going to be striving after the wind. You're going to be striving after the wind. You're not going to get very far. You're just going to be throwing punches, kicking and screaming, fighting your way through life, not getting anywhere, not happy. And it's just going to be very difficult. It's not going to be a fun time. You're going to be struggling all the time. And I hate that. That's how I felt for forever. For the longest time, I was just struggling, because I didn't know my self-worth. I didn't have, like, I had values and I had principles and I had morals and I had my beliefs, but I wasn't sticking to them. I wasn't living by that. I wasn't letting that guide my life. I wasn't letting Jehovah guide my life. I was just going based on like my heart. And nosotros sabemos bien que el corazón es traicionero. You know, we know that the heart is treacherous, is more treacherous than anything else. And it is unhinged. Unhinged. So now I'm going in with eyeliner. This is the LA Colors marker. But I think friendships can be really beautiful if you have people surrounding you that are going to support and uplift you, and who are really going to be there for you every step of the way, who really show up for you. Si tienes unas amistades muy sinceras, y si tienes personas que te van a rodear, que te van a apoyar, que te van a ayudar, a desarrollarte, a cómo te expresas, te van a ayudar a comprenderte. Te comprenden y te van a ayudar a comprenderte, cómo tú eres realmente, cómo quieres vivir tu vida. Y que te apoyen, que no te derrumben, que no te hagan sentirte mal, que no te juzguen, que no te critiquen, que si te van a criticar, pero que sea como positive criticism, que no sean nomás que te estén criticando cada rato, que te estén diciendo, oh, no debes de hacer eso, oh, qué feo, porque hiciste eso, o te están así como molestando. Porque eso es muy feo, porque yo he tenido amigos así, y eso es muy feo que nomás te estén así nitpicking all the time. You need to have friends around you that are really going to support you, and they're going to call you out when you're being a crazy fool, and they're going to be like, amiga, do not do that, like red alert, because you need to get your act together. But you also want them to do it in a like loving way. So I think that that's really important, is to find a balance. Like find friends that are going to support you through your tough times, but they're going to lift you up during the tough times, during your trials, but they're also going to celebrate your successes, and they're going to be there for you when you have your moments where you're like, okay, like I'm doing good. We up. They're going to be there for you when you really need it, and they're not going to judge you. They're not going to, because I've had both kinds of friends. I've had good friends, and I've had the friends that are not so good. And I think right now I'm supported, and I'm surrounded by the best possible people that I could ask for. You know, because it's tough. You have to find the people que te corresponden, que te people that are going to reciprocate, people that are going to show up for you, and you can show up for them. Because a lot of friendships that I've had have been just me giving, and it's just like, it drains you, because it's like, you know, when am I going to get something back? Like, you don't do it expecting something, but you hope that like eventually like te van a animar o te van a apoyar the way that you show up for them. But sometimes that is not the case, sadly. So you need to find people that are going to, you know, show up. Okay, I'm doing my fake lashes, putting some glue on my hand, getting the Ardell Duo. Ahora me voy a aplicar las pestañas. Estoy poniendo un poquito del pegamento y se lo estoy aplicando a la pestaña. And we're gonna go in. So I need to focus. There we go. Okay, but I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you think about friendship? What do you think about relationships? Because I didn't really talk about relationships that much, but I talked more about like self-love and being there for yourself. But I think relationships are just so complicated, because you have to think about what the other person wants, what the other person feels. You have to be very considerate. You have to make sure that you both are guiding your life by Bible principles, and that you both are serving Jehovah. I think that's the best kind of relationship, when you're both fully on the same page. And I haven't had that, but I know that one day I will have it. I have faith in Jehovah that I'm going to find the right person. But in the meantime, I have to be very patient and focus on my relationship with Jehovah, focus on Jehovah, focus on myself, my friends, my family, my loved ones, and just try to keep going. Try to no desviarme. Because that happened to me once before, where I was in a relationship and I was so wrapped up in him and what he wanted, and it was very toxic. So it was a very difficult relationship. So came out cute. It's cute. I think the important thing in a relationship is to focus on keeping Jehovah a focus of that relationship, keeping your head on, and not getting so overboard enamorada, because then you lose sight of everything. You don't focus, you don't have that control over yourself or your emotions, and you're just como embalada. So I think it's really important for relationships, for friendships, is for you to really concentrate on giving your best in that relationship or in that friendship, and take care of yourself, you know, really, really, like, cuídate a ti misma, like, focus on what you need, so that you can give your best to the other person. Because I have been in friendships where all I did was like try to help the other person, and I would lose sight of myself. Like, I would get so just wrapped up in like trying to be there for them, so wrapped up in trying to be there for them, that I didn't take care of myself and be the best person that I could be for them. Now I'm going in with the glitter. It's so pretty. We're going to add this touch to the eyes. We're going to apply it to the center of the eyes. Ahora voy a estar aplicando el glitter y aplicándolo al centro de los ojos para un toque muy bonito. Así. Qué bonito. Y tener una bonita amistad es algo increíble, es algo inolvidable, es algo que uno realmente necesita en su vida para estar feliz. Y yo siento que yo tengo esa amistad con mi amiga con Michelle, because she and I have been friends for many years. I think, like, so I'm thinking it's been like 13 or 14 years probably. And we've just always been there for each other. We've been there for each other through many different situations, many different phases of life, and we have always shown up for each other. We've always been very honest with each other, very understanding, very empathetic towards each other. We tell each other everything. I know I can really confide in her, and I know that I can tell her when I'm having a bad day or when I'm having like a nervous breakdown or if I'm having the best day of my life and I feel like I need to share. I know that I can count on her to be there for me, and that she won't judge me, that she'll listen to me patiently, and that she will understand me, and she will. And a lot of times too, I need guidance. I need feedback. I need to know, like, okay, is this decision that I'm making, is it an okay decision? Is it a bad decision? Am I going to regret this later on? And she'll be the one to be straight up with me, be like, amiga, like, yes, or don't do it, or she'll just give me her feedback. And I just love that. I really appreciate it. So thank you, Michelle. I think you need to have those people that will support you. I think you need to have those people that are like, they're your people, that you can have that confidence in them. you can have that confidence in them to really, you know, open your heart and just be yourself and not fake anything, not try to pretend that everything is okay when it's not okay. Because see, like that's with my friends. I always try to do that. I always try to make them feel comfortable. I'm like, okay, I'm like, if you can be with me if you're having a bad day, or if you're having a good day, or if you're just you feel weird. Because a lot of times you don't feel bad and you don't feel good, and you just feel weird. Like you just feel like, whoa, like what is happening? Why is this situation going on? Or you can't figure out, um you know, you're going through something with a friend of yours or a person or a loved one, and you are going through like a misunderstanding or something, and you need someone to talk to about that. So I always try to be that person for my friends, um, someone they can vent to and get good feedback from. But I also make sure that my friends are that for me, that I can go to them with a problem and they can give me good advice. So you have to be very choosy. You have to be very picky. You have to you have to thoroughly check out people. Like check them out and just see what they're about. See if they're really about what they talk about, or if they're really, or if they're just faking it, you know. They're just going through the motions, and they don't really, they're not sincere people. You need people around you that are going to be very, que sea la gente más sincera, que sea la gente más confiable, because you can't trust your heart to just anybody. You have to be very careful who you open up your heart to, because some people will use it against you. Some people just want to see your downfall. They just want to see you suffer. They want to see you miserable. They they don't want the best for you. They are just plotting against you. And I try not to live my life like that. Like, look out for people. Don't say that to them. But like you you also have to be very, very careful about who you tell your problems to and who you confide in, because not everybody is going to have your best interests at heart. Some people are just going to be using it against you and like metiendo cizaña, or they're going to be gossiping, or they're going to be spreading false information that you didn't mean to say, or that you didn't intend for anyone to misunderstand. And they're just going to use it against you. So you have to be very, very careful. So I think it's a very delicate balance. I think you have to find your people, find the people that will love you and that will be there for you, but you also have to be there for them. You have to show up for them. You have to be there for them through the happy times, through the tough times, and just don't make it about you, you know? Like try to live your life for Jehovah and live your life for yourself, but also for your friends and your family. Like just try to be as balanced as possible, because that's the only way to really be happy, is if you try to be as balanced as possible. Have a good balance, have a good work-life balance. Um, don't stress yourself out too much. Don't take things to heart so much that you just like lose focus of everything else. So I think it's important to take time to really reflect, to write in your journal, to meditate on the things that really bring you peace and bring you joy, and just focus on what you really want out of your life. I think if you really know yourself, you know your self-worth, you know your values, you know your beliefs, you know what you want from the people around you, and you want from and what you want to give the people around you. You want to give them your best self. And especially too, like in your work, in every aspect of your life, you just want to really show up. You want to be your best self. So I want to say thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that my ramblings and my thoughts were sort of making sense. Ojalá que sí entendieron un poquito de lo que yo estaba tratando de decir, and what I was trying to convey is that you need to love Jehovah and you need to love yourself first before you can really give the best of yourself in any sort of relationship or friendship. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.